What if I tell you that you can pass the PT exam in 7 days? You will probably think that this guy is crazy, right? But this has been done and this can be done. See the evidence from our viewers who have already done it. I'm not saying it's easy, it's really hard, but you need to stay focused and believe in yourself. 1 week dedicated entirely on the PT exam and doing it the right way, you can get your desired scores in the PT exam in just 1 week. Let's watch it till the end and find out. Hey everyone, this is Anurag here from Edutrainex PT. I hope you all are doing great. Yes, PT exam can be cracked in 7 days and I'm going to show you all the techniques and the planning how you can do it. But before that, you need 3 things to succeed: rigorous hard work, dedication, and faith. To help you further with your preparation, we offer our YouTube membership, 2 types of membership, whatever resources you need: vocab list, spelling list, latest exam repeated questions, early access to our videos, and member-only videos as well. And if you are looking for paid assistance to expedite your PT exam training, do WhatsApp us. We can help you with the preparation of the exam. So 7 days are very crucial if you really want to succeed in the 7-day span of time. Day 1, what do you do is, first of all, you keep aside everything, your personal life, your office life, your college life, everything aside. You have to dedicate this entire week on PT exam preparation. On the day 1. Now again, don't start jumping on your seats and say that, sir, we start practicing the questions. If you say that, that means you are wrong and you have been preparing for the exam in a wrong manner. But there is the right way to do it, and that's what we are here to discuss. So day 1 is where you get familiar with the exam. You need to watch all the strategy videos and learn about the different type of questions that are offered in the PT exam, especially the important modules. These videos that we have prepared for you in the past can help you kickstart your journey on the day 1. So once you get familiar with the different types of questions, especially the important ones, the next thing that you need to do is start gathering the templates. And again, as I said, if you become a YouTube member of our channel, the VIP one, you do get the templates as well. All the latest ones that are working and tested in the exam. So you need to gather templates for the essays, summarize spoken text, describe image, written lecture, and for summarize written text as well, you can use templates. Gather all of them. Again, these videos can also help you. We have made it in the past, and also there are download links at the bottom of the video, or you can just note it down, the template. It's not very big except for the essays. So day 1 is dedicated to sharpen your weapons. One last step that you also need to do on day 1 is to gather the repeated exam questions, the spelling list and the vocab list. Of course, you can get everything from our channel. You just need to join our membership for it. Now let's start talking about day 2, what you need to do on the day 2, which is also very crucial to begin your PT preparation. So one thing that everyone is struggling in the exam is the reading module, and everyone ignores the important part of your preparation, which is reading every day. Reading a lot of materials, around 2 to 3 hours you have to dedicate to read different types of materials that you can get on the internet. I always refer to you with the websites like sciencedaily.com. These websites are actually used to gather the exam questions. When you see the PT exam questions, a lot of them are technology oriented or science oriented. So this is where the Pearson likes to get the questions from. So don't just read the articles that are given here, but also comprehend them. Note down the important words, the difficult words that you don't know, improve your vocabulary. So you are killing 2 or 3 birds with a single arrow. So why I am saying this activity is important, because you are not able to manage time well if you are not a good reader. So slowly you need to develop becoming a fast reader. From the day 2, if you begin, then you can slowly, by the end of day 7, you will become at least a decent reader, which is very important to comprehend the questions, especially the reading fill in the blanks, reading, writing fill in the blanks. There are bigger passages and sometimes you need context to solve the questions. So that's where reading skills are really important. The next thing that you also need to do side by side is start watching the vocabulary videos that we have made, especially for you, the words that are getting repeated in the reading module from the last month and this month. So watch last 3 to 6 months so you have enough or decent amount of vocabulary that is getting repeated in the exam. As well as you can also start going through the spelling videos that we have made. Spelling videos will help you in the questions like listening, fill in the blanks, and write from dictation, the words that are again getting repeated. And we have provided you the evidence multiple number of times. Many people have got the same spellings, the same words in the exam. So yes, they do get repeated and you also improve a lot in your vocabulary and your spellings. which are again strengthening your key skills to succeed in the exam. Again, if you are looking for a ready-made spelling list and a vocabulary list, then you just need to join our YouTube membership for a small price. And how can we forget about the grammar? So that's why we keep on making a lot of grammar videos touching several elements related to solving the questions of the reading fill in the blanks and reading writing fill in the blanks. So if you did not start watching the grammar videos or preparing the grammar by yourself on day 1, then you should definitely begin on day 2. So day 2 is also very crucial. Don't get disheartened, you have a lot to study. The third area that you also need to do is, because many of the people are not accustomed to listening to the native speakers. So listening to native English audios for 60 minutes daily is very, very important, so that you train your ears, you train your brains to understand each of the words that have been spoken. The spellings, as I said, if you're really weak in spellings, then the spelling videos that we have made is going to help you. There is a full playlist dedicated to it. And then you can also Google some simple spelling tests that you can practice every day for 30 minutes. You can add it to your list. And how can you forget about the speaking module? So when you are doing the reading activities from Science Daily or any other relevant websites, then you also try to read 1 or 2 paragraphs loudly and work on not hesitating. That's the number 1 criteria that I'm going to tell you, that you have to start focusing from day 2. So don't try to hesitate, fumble. No such thing should happen when you are doing the reading. And the last thing that you do on day 2 is, whatever templates you have gathered, you start memorizing them. Memorize all of them so that you are very thorough in using them effectively. So before you begin your day 3 preparation, we want you to have a look at the 6 important modules and how much marks it contributes to different sections. So as you can see, these are the topmost contenders, topmost modules that contributes a lot to your scores in different areas. Let's start looking at each of them one by one. Read aloud contributes roughly 40 marks to your reading as well as to your speaking. Repeat sentence, again a very heavyweight contender from the speaking module, 35 marks roughly to your listening and to your speaking. Reading fill in the blanks only contributes to your reading, but it's a lot, around 25 marks. Reading writing fill in the blanks, again around 30 marks, depend on the number of questions that you get, the number of blanks that you get. Listening fill in the blanks and of course reading writing fill in the blanks contribute equal amount of score to your writing as well. Listening fill in the blanks, again 15 marks added to your listening as well as to your writing. And write from dictation, which is also a very heavy contributor to your writing scores, roughly 40 points for writing as well as for your listening. So you have to start focusing on these areas. You have to start focusing on these questions first. These are the most important questions. And if you master these just 6 modules, then definitely you are halfway through. The next set of questions that you need to look at comprise of the question that utilizes the templates. So you have already started memorizing the templates on day 2. As I said, summarize written text also you can use the template. 7 points to your reading and to your writing. Describe image, only 6 marks to your speaking, retell lecture, 10 points to your listening and to your speaking. Writing essay, only to your writing, but considerable amount of marks, around 15 points. Summarize spoken text, 10 points to your writing, 10 points to your listening. So these are the modules that you have to collectively use, and these are relatively easier than the ones that we saw on the page before, because these can be used with a template, but you do need the vocabulary, you do need the grammar to use the template properly. And of course, for the speaking questions, you do need the fluency as well. So you have to practice retell lecture and read aloud around 30 minutes each, dedicated to this type of practice. And then for reading fill in the blanks, reading writing fill in the blanks, and the other questions that we saw on the first page, the page before, you have to do roughly around 20 questions each, while you are also doing the activities that we started on day 2. The grammar, the vocab, the spelling, the fluency, reading, everything what I said, even listening. Apart from that, you should also start working on these type of questions, because you do need to start early. So what do we actually do from day 3 to day 6 is where the game begins. So what is important over here is that while you are also doing the activities that we discussed about, the listening activities, reading, etc., whatever I just told you, as well as practicing the number of questions, the third thing that is important over here is that you monitor your progress. That is really important, because you need to get to a target and you need to see whether I am getting there or not. So that is really important. For writing and speaking questions, you do need some kind of feedbacks. So any portal or any teacher that you have, you should get the feedbacks from them. So while you are monitoring your progress, you need to record your speaking responses and you need to start listening yourself and analyze. Be the judge of yourself. Don't let any AI give you the scores. Okay, the AI will give you an estimated scores, the popular apps that are being used today, but you are the best judge according to what we have taught you or what we have given you. In terms of what is required from you in the speaking module is fluency, number one. You don't have to hesitate, you don't have to fumble, no whatever. Read it properly, and you need to stop at the commas and the full stop. Very slight pause you need to take, and speed should be really good. Now earlier in the PT exam in 2024, normal speed, like okay, I am going to the library after my lunch, normal speed was also working, but nowadays the AI is expecting a little bit higher speed from you. So the speed range again is ranging from around 140 to 150 words, and you can use a speechtexter.com. There is a website where you can use it as a playground to practice and see whether the AI is understanding you or not. Okay, if there are words, there are pronunciation that the AI is having trouble in understanding you, then you will come to know that that is where the problem lies and you have to fix your pronunciation as well. Now let's start talking about how you can check whether how much score you are getting. So let's say you are doing a reading fill in the blanks, around 10 questions with 5 blanks each, so roughly around 50 points that you are practicing for. So if you are getting around 40 or 40 or just above 40, that means you are getting roughly around 70 score in the reading module. Okay, and if you are exceeding 45, that means you are crossing 79 in the exam. So that is just a rough estimation to give you an idea whether you are close to your target, you are far away from the target, and what efforts you need to improve in those areas. Of course, reading questions do require vocabulary and grammar and fast reading skills as well, all three combined. So you have to work very sharply in these areas. And as I said, do take expert feedbacks for your writing questions, for your speaking questions. It's important to know whether you are using the correct structure. Of course, if you are using our templates, that means you are using a very good structure that the exam expects. But if I cannot be sure whatever templates you are using is actually addressing all the scoring parameters that the Pearson exam expects. So from day 3 to day 5, this is what you have to do non-stop. From day 5 onwards, you can also start looking at the questions that require the templates. These were the questions we were talking about. So start practicing these questions as well from day 5 onwards, because by this time you might have already memorized the templates, and you must have memorized the templates by now. And then you start practicing the questions around 5 to 10 for each of them. Okay, so the whole days that you are spending here is actually spent on the Pearson exam. So don't get tired, don't get disheartened. And where you can get these all questions combined together in one file is the prediction repeated questions file that we offer for our members. As I said before, you can join as a member. There is a small price for it if you just need the prediction file. But if you do need the spelling list, vocab list, early access to video, member exclusive videos only, then you have to take the VIP membership. There are 2 types of memberships that we offer. For expedited learnings, for people who require a lot of help, then definitely go for paid assistance live classes. Nothing can beat the live classes where we directly work with you and teach you all the good things that are required for the exam. So day 3 to day 6 is over now. What do we do on day 7, which is the crucial day? So on day 1, when you start preparing for the exam, you should go to the Pearson official website and buy a scored mock test. Because why I'm telling you to do it on day 1, because sometimes it takes 24 to 48 hours to show up on your Pearson dashboard. So you buy it on day 1, and then on day 7, you need to take that official scored mock test. This scored mock test is actually checked by the same AI that is actually checking your real PT exam, and is very cheaper as compared to the actual exam. So it's roughly around $36 when I checked last, and then the real exam is actually costing a lot more. So this will give you a clear picture whether I should invest the money, the hard-earned money on the real exam or not. It's costly. And when you are doing this test from your home, you need a good microphone, a corded microphone. Don't use any Bluetooth microphone or laptop microphone. Otherwise, the speaking scores will be very low, which will not be a correct estimate of how you are speaking at the moment. So get a corded microphone, probably Logitech, just simple ones you can purchase. And then you record the entire test. This is also very important so that you can analyze how you did at a later point of time. You can Google for free screen recorder and then you can find plenty of them. Just try it out before you actually start the exam. Whether it works for you, then it will give you a whole video how you attempted the test, which is really important for self-evaluation at a later point of time. Now it's the judgment time. Now once you get the scores from the official score test, if you are already getting your target score, that means you are 100% ready. But for some reason or any other reason you are not able to get, then first of all you need to do the analysis from what you have done the recording for. Was it the issue with the microphone that caused your speaking scores to go down, or was it actually the problems with your approach? So whatever your problems are, you have to go through the recording and you have to check where you went wrong. And for writing part, whatever score you are getting in the writing module, that is the same score that you are going to get in the exam as well. Very, very similar, because it is not affected by microphone. So speaking module can affect your listening scores, can affect your reading scores, but it can't affect your writing scores. So that is the source of truth. What you are getting there, you will also get very, very similar when you go to the exam and give your attempt. So it's important to understand your mistakes and then find out where I'm lacking. If there is still little bit of time that you can do some improvements, you can follow the steps that we discussed before to focus on those areas. If there are no issues and then you realize that I'm still very far away from my target score, that means you need to accept the fact that the problem is not with the Pearson exam approach that you are trying to do, but it's the problem related to your English. So basically this is an English exam end of the day, and then you do require the English language skills that I highlighted in the previous steps. So you will need more time in that case and more effort as well. So it is not going to happen just overnight. For people who already have decent level of English or are able to improve their English considerably in this time, can do it in 7 days. But if you are unable to do it, you do repeat the same set of exercises. The approach does not change. You still require grammar, you still require vocabulary, you still require reading skills, listening skills, speaking fluently, pronunciation, everything is still required. So the approach does not change, but the number of days and the amount of time that you can invest on yourself is actually going to impact your scores. So I can understand that there are pressure from the university, there are pressure from the agents that you have to get the scores quickly, and then people invest a lot of money, just book the exam repeatedly just to think that a miracle can happen and then I'll get the score sometime. But if you are not focusing on the key areas and only doing the practice questions, then we have seen from hundreds of students the score hardly improves. So improve your English using the steps that I showed to you, and if nothing is working for you, you do WhatsApp us, just ring us or message us that you want a paid assistance. Take the complete course with us, unlimited classes offered, a lot of other facilities, everything. We give you portal access for practice mocks, everything for 3 months, as well as unlimited classes. And to boost up your 7-day preparation for the exam, if you haven't watched the PT all templates video, then you should go and watch it now. Keep watching Edutrainex, and I'll soon be back with another super informative video on PT topics. See you soon.